Hello and welcome to another McGobbo Unboxes. This time we're actually unboxing the Warlord Games Atelieri StuG 3 Ausf, and this will also be in comparison to the StuG 3 which was by Rubicon Models. So without further ado, I'll get onto that and we'll get showing you that. Okay, so I'm back. So this time, as I say, it's the Warlord Games StuG 3 Ausf. As you can see, it's got a nice box art there. And you can, it also says on this side, just getting used to this, it says it can also be made as a StuH42, which means Sturmhaublitz or something. If I'm wrong again, please correct me. As you know, the Sturmgeschütz itself was an assault gun that was used by the German army predominantly throughout the war. There were early, mid and late war models. The tank, well, I call it a tank. It was built on a Panzer III chassis, which meant it could carry a bigger gun without the turret, and it was used to support the German infantry. Now, this one is actually interesting because I haven't made a Warlord Games one yet, and this one is actually sealed. So I'll crack it open. So, as always, we'll start with the decals. Let me have a good look at those. So, got a good look at those. And it's interesting because the actual assembly sheet is a one-page sheet. So that cuts down on space, but it also means that it's an easy kit to make. Now I'm just opening up the bag, and once again, 2 sprues as usual with Warlord. I shall start with the hull sections. Show you the detail on the bottom first. You can see it's got the suspension marked on there. The turret detail. Now, I think this is a mid-war turret. I can't be overly sure. Turret. I'll correct myself again. It's a mid-war chassis because of the actual positioning of that, which is for the gun shield. I do believe it can be also made with the periscope gun, which is the remote control gun. As you can see, the spare road wheels. You've got the actual cog wheels that take it round. Now I don't know what these are. I've got a feeling that those are for the actual Scherzen. And you've got your gun barrels there, which is nice on these because they're actually, if I can show you, get right up to the camera, you might be able to see they're actually drilled out already. So next up, the tracks. Now the nice thing about these as well is all the track details are already moulded on, so you don't have to assemble all the road wheels. And you've got the tracks in 2 halves again. You have got only an early war mantlet, so it's not the pig nose one, it's the actual square mantlet. You've got spare tracks and Scherzen. So what we'll do is we'll assemble the kit, come back to you and show it off to you with some photos and my review of it, and see how easy it is to go together compared to the Rubicon kit. So I shall see you back here in a moment. Hello, I'm back. This has took a little while to do, but I've actually assembled the Warlord StuG. Now I'll just show you that there. It was a bit fiddly to do because there are quite a lot of tiny parts, unlike the Rubicon kit. And when I say tiny parts, I do mean very, very small parts that can be lost quite easily. I almost lost a couple of pieces. So you have to be really careful assembling it, and be careful with the glue. There are some mismatched parts, such as the where the actual, it tells you to drill out on the front plate for the added tracks, which are the extra armor plating on the front, and the holes don't meet up properly, so you have to trim off those and trim off some of the rivets to actually glue the tracks on, which is quite sad really. I also noticed on the instructions, which I'll just grab now, they've mixed up the numbers on the tracks, so be careful with that when you're assembling it. All in all, the kit's good. It looks nice and detailed. It goes together well when you've got the right pieces in place, but it's the instructions that let it down. So I'm kind of mixed feelings about it, because the Rubicon kits, as I mentioned, was such a pleasure to make. It was so easy to go together. I had no problems assembling it, whereas this one I've had a few niggles and hiccups assembling it. Out of 10, I'll give it an 8. It's a good kit. It's in places lacking details, but compared to the Rubicon StuG, it's got more details. So what I'll do is I'll get on uploading the photos now, and you can have a look at those of the actual kit, and then you can see the comparison photos just afterwards. Once again, thank you very much for watching and viewing. If you do like the videos, please subscribe for more. I will try and do as many as I can. Also, if you want to see some of my painted miniatures, visit me at www.mcgobbo.co.uk, which is the correct address, which I didn't give out last time, which I'm very sorry about. But once again, thank you very much for viewing, and I shall see you soon.